At NTV Tuesday's edition, we get to have the conversations of the day. It's been 10 years of the National Schools Championships, that is courtesy of Stanbic Bank, that has been at the helm of this great initiative that has boosted the education sector. And so this morning we get to have a host of distinguished ladies from Stanbic Bank Uganda Limited, as well as partners that are going to be giving us a discussion around the range of impact that has been for these championships. Of course, with particular focus on the 10 years, the flagship initiative by Stanbic Bank having been making a significant impact in empowering our youth. Now, the championships have provided with students across the country an opportunity to showcase their talents, to showcase their skills, to even grow their skills that they didn't know they had in the first place and pursue excellence in various fields. Of course, this initiative has also played a crucial role by and large in nurturing young leaders and equipping them with the tools for success in both academics and beyond. And to cast more light on this and how it has actually been able to impact the country by and large in the last 10 years, we are joined by Diana Ondoga, Head of Corporate Social Investment at Stanbic Bank. Good morning to you, Diana.
Good morning, Regina. Thank you for having us.
And congratulations on the 10 years.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a milestone that we're going to talk about.
Yes.
But we also do have one of the partners that are on board, of course, where there's a championship. There are schools that are expected there. Kololo Secondary School has been one of those that has ridden the tide of the championship. And we do have teacher Nansubuga, Linda from Kololo Secondary School. Good morning to you, teacher Linda.
Good morning to you too. Thank you so much for having me.
So the students call you Teacher Linda, Teacher Nansubuga?
Teacher Linda.
Teacher Linda. It's cooler. All right, let's start with you, Diana. Talk to us about the school's national championship and what were the objectives that were set? And when you look back 10 years down the road, have they been ticked beyond expectation that you've had to revise them some maybe?
Okay, thank you for that question. So the Stanbic National Schools Championship is one of the programs that we run under the bank's corporate social investment. I usually like to say corporate philanthropy, just to simplify it. Now, it directly addresses the skills gap by fostering innovation and entrepreneurship among young Ugandans in secondary schools, but also in vocational schools. 10 years ago, it started as a quiz. We were transforming lives through a quiz. What is behind a quiz? There is research, there is public speaking, there is the ability to articulate your points. So that's where we started. But over time, it has morphed into a skilling program. And what it does is that we allow and work with the learners to equip them with necessary skills, but also there are life-changing prizes that they get. And there are quite a number of opportunities for any participant that walks through, let me call them gates of the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me turn to Teacher Linda. Teacher Linda, as the school has participated in these championships, what are the testimonies that you can tell, the transformation you've seen in the students that have participated?
Okay, I would like to start by saying that let's look at this revised lower secondary curriculum. It is aiming at creating job creators, not job seekers. Now, the championship gives a student a platform to be able to create and implement a business or innovative idea, where a student can actually turn their innovative idea into a successful reality. So we joined the partnership so far now 3 years down the road. And actually, the boys who have succeeded are indeed, their journey is a testament of the championship, because it gives them a platform to be creative and to be innovative. Because they were in school when they joined the championship, but right now they have titles on themselves. They are calling themselves CEOs, by the way, because they are actually earning. Yes, they are earning. So it's like they benefited twice, because now they're pursuing a scholarship thanks to Stanbic Bank. Yes, one of them is pursuing a major in soft engineering, and another is doing a bachelor's of law. but those are all CEOs. One of them is the CEO of a company called Matatu Ads, whereas the other one is a CEO of a company called School Bike.
Okay.
But all of that started right from school when they joined the partnership. Yes, it exposed them a lot.
Can you tell us more about these companies that they have started?
Okay, for Komoyere, he's called Komoyere Ashraf, CEO of Matatu Ads. It is an advertising agency that uses city taxis to advertise brands. They just put it out there on the back of the taxi. So they have so far worked with brands like Spirit Events, Harris International, Hima Cement, just doing adverts for them. There is also Vine Entertainment, there's Soul TV, there's also Pepsi, even Fanari Ministries. And when I was interacting with him, he told me that last year they managed to make a gross profit of 27 million from just advertising. That is Matatu Ads. Then we have Mongoy Edward, CEO of School Bike. Now he started this innovative idea when he saw a challenge in school. You know, we have almost the biggest population in Kampala. We have 3,000 plus students. And we saw that maybe 70% do walk from home. As far as I can say, Chireka, our school is just there, Lugogo bypass. So the challenge tasked, the championship tasked them to look at a challenge within the school community and come up with an idea. So when I tasked them, they said, I think we can help these learners who walk as far as from Chireka home, and we can lend them bicycles because we have learners who stay a nose's distance from school. So they can give us their bicycles, and then these ones pay some amount, and then the other ones get a commission. Skills. Yes, they get commission because they can easily walk to school. So when they brought that idea, they marketed it. They moved from class to class, even at assembly, and learners came forward and they gave in them bicycles. So they first got like 5 bicycles, and that is how they started, because it is the challenge that we took in the championship, and thank God it was recognized at the grand finale. We didn't make it there, but it was recognized. So this gave them the gear to continue. So when they finished there, because they were in senior 6 by that time, when they finished, they just went with their innovative ideas with this initiative. So good enough, and MTN Foundation also recognized this innovative and was also glad, and they gave them 20 bicycles. Wow. Yes. Wow. So on top of the 5, they added 20 bicycles. Now as I speak, they have like 25 bicycles that are had out daily to high school students, students from Mariam High, Kampala High, City High, Chitante Hill, and even Kololo. So yes, even ours from Kololo. So they have also expanded their operations to the university students because they are now at UCU. Yes, and right now they have 10 fully operational bikes at UCU Kono campus. Okay. So the dream still continues. I
see how Diana is calling it corporate philanthropy. It now makes sense. Diana, talk to us about now the nitty-gritties of the championship, the initiatives and the programs that you put together to actually aid these young boys and girls to come up with these ideas and later on make them a reality for their community's impact.
Okay, so what we do is, I talked about the skilling. So we run this program in the school term, but we don't leave the teachers, and that's why we have teacher Lydia here as the teacher Linda, sorry, as the patron teacher. So each school has a patron teacher, and the patron teacher works with the learners. So we've made, as we speak now, the call for applications is out. It's ending on 7th of March. Now, the patron teachers will be, the schools will be selected. After they are selected, we will engage the patron teachers.
So who applies, the school or the students?
The school. Okay. Yeah, the school. And then we engage the patron teachers, take them through a training, and then they go back and work with the learners. Then the learners submit their projects. Then we shall select the best projects out of those. Now those projects will come to the boot camp. And at the boot camp, they will be skilled on different areas. How about business modeling, business canvas modeling, for example, how to maintain books, how to sell, how to market. Then they also pitch their businesses before our panel of judges. Then they are able to select the top schools per region, North, East, West, and Central. After that, we go for an appraisal where we go on ground because after the boot camp, we give them some seed capital to go and implement those business ideas. So we go on the business appraisal and we check, one, are you still running the business? Number two, are you applying what you learned?
Seed capital to the tune of how much?
About 500,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after the business appraisal, they come to Kampala and they do, we have what we call the National Schools Championship Den. Now, after the appraisal, they come and present to another set of judges. And then we do the grand finale where we announce the top winners. So that's what happens. And just to add to what teacher has said, Teacher Linda has said, remember that Uganda is grappling with the challenge of unemployment, high unemployment rates.
In the youth especially.
In the youth. So what this does, this program helps Ugandans at that age to appreciate that they can be job creators, because the theme is powering innovation for job creation. And what we are helping them appreciate is that you can actually add value to your country, not only through a job. It could be value addition, it could be innovation, it could be entrepreneurship. So what we do is to skill them, because you must be ready. You must be ready mentally, you must be ready technically, even financially. So this program supports in getting them at a young age, because at our age there are things that we may not easily
they
take
say
in.
you can't teach an old dog.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's what we do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, Teacher Linda, as who's the patron teacher, how do you then get to select and highlight that these young students are capable of getting into such programs?
Okay, this championship, there is I don't know whether I call it a template, but there is a way that we are supposed there's a way we are supposed to select those learners. First and foremost, we used to do an IQ test. We called it a business test, where general questions are asked. So we announce at assembly, and learners come out of their own free will without forcing them. And good enough, we would register like 700 to 800 learners coming willingly, because we normally did that. We used to do this test after classes, and when it's end of classes, learners are thinking of going home. But look at these 800 sitting in a class waiting to do that test. Then we mark the test. Now, in each class, we make sure we try to get 100, because at least they used to give us 600 scripts. That is 100 in S1, 100 in S2, up to senior 6. So the number that we register, we mark them, and then from that 100, we get the 10 best. Yes, if the test is out of 30, we get at least the 10 best who have 20 and above. So those 10, we put them together in a group, and we task them to come up with a innovative or business idea, looking at the challenge in the school community. So they sit down, come up with an idea, and then we get a day. Good enough Stanbic, last year they were in our school, because they choose schools where to go. So they came to Kololo SS to see these learners showcasing their business ideas. And out of the 6 business ideas, we are supposed to choose one best that we go with to the boot camp. So out of these 10 students, they are also supposed to choose 2 representatives to go and represent them at the boot camp. So that is how we do the selecting.
Okay, yes. All right. So from community level into regional participation, then national competition. Let's talk about the nationals then. How do they work on national level? And at the end of the day, what's the prize, or what are the prizes that the competitors walk away with?
Okay, so at national level, we, as it is from the start of the application, we categorize them into regions. So you have West, you have East, you have North, and you have Central. So that's where we start from. The selection starts at regional level. At the boot camp, we select the 4 top regional ideas, and then at the grand finale, they are now competing for the national prize. Then in terms of the second question was around?
I mean, what do we get to walk away with?
Okay.
Not just money, I'm sure there are other things that, schools and students benefit.
Yes. So the prize money is up to 150 million. And the prize money, there are different categories. We had 4 categories previously. We had Student Spark, which was for new ideas. We had Student Grow, which was for business and innovative ideas in the school. We had Teach Grow, which was for the teachers, and then we had Alum Grow, which was for participants that had now completed S6. This year we have merged them into two, that is Students Park, and then the Student Grow, Teach Grow, and Alum Grow we have merged into the Business Fellowship. What we'd like to achieve from the Business Fellowship is that as it is, and you know the challenge of Uganda and the lifespan of businesses, our target is that by the end of this year, any business that goes through the Business Fellowship will be formally registered, will be a formal entity. Some of them are operating. A lot of them have made progress in that area, but would like that anyone that goes through
informal sector.
In the informal sector, anyone that goes through the Business Fellowship this year, by the end of the year, they must be formalized, registered with a TIN, etc., etc. Now, I forgot to mention that we also have psychosocial wellness as part of this championship. And I'm sure all of us have heard the sad stories that have come out of Ntare, of those of SETA. It's quite sad, but it also highlights that our youth are facing challenges and they might not be able to handle stress the right way. I'll call it the right way. The coping mechanism is a challenge for many people. So at the boot camp, we have a resident psychiatrist who takes the learners through, among others, stress coping mechanisms, and just to teach them what are your triggers. Do you know yourself? Because we may not be able to go to all the 100 or 150 schools, because this year we're increasing the number to 150, but if we equip the learner, if we equip the teacher, we know that we've given them armor. So psychosocial wellness is a big component of the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Yes.
All right. Well, that's very, very interesting, and thank you so much for that additive. It goes a long way to bring out a holistic competitor at the end of the day. Now, you have mentioned applications twice. How does one apply, or how does an entity apply?
Okay. So remember, it's both secondary and vocational. We have the local curriculum, international curriculum. We're extending an invite to everyone. And you don't have to be a customer of Stanbic Bank. That's the beauty. So you can apply. You go to stanbicnsc.com and you submit an application. The deadline is 7th March, so we'd like as many Ugandan schools to apply. This year, boot camp is moving to 150 from the 100, so there's more opportunity. Come and learn. There's a benefit for the learner, because the learners interact with schools across the country. You're getting people from Shema. You're getting people from an exchange
program of wisdom.
Thank you. So they interact with each other. They form lifelong friendships. For example, the project she talked about, Matatu Ads, we had Ashraf collaborating with a lady from Mengo SS, Faith. So these things have been born out of there. Amazing things. Yeah, there are countless, Regina. I could go on and on, but let individuals apply.
All right. Then for the case of individual or organizations that would want to get involved or have gotten involved and support this program to grow further, how do they get to do that? Okay.
First of all, I'd like to appreciate our partners. Another component, there's quite a lot in the Stanbic National Schools Championship. Another component is the environmental aspect. All of us are complaining about the heat. I don't know how many people slept well on Sunday night because it was hot. So the environmental aspect is to get the learners to appreciate that we can all play an active role in protecting our environment. We have a partnership with Roofings Uganda, which gives out free tree seedlings, even to any Ugandan. If you go to Lubowa, you'll get free tree seedlings. They are fruit trees because they serve the purpose of food, they serve the purpose of shade, they serve the purpose of livelihood because you can sell the fruits. So they give us the tree seedlings, which we distribute to different schools, and then Total fuels the car that takes the tree seedlings. So that's one partnership. The other one is with IUEA, which had given us scholarships for the students. We had our first graduate last year, and we are really delighted that they walked the journey with us. Of course, the Ministry of Education has also been a partner. We've worked through NAMUDEO, which is the National Association of Municipal and District Education Officers. The abbreviations are long. We've also worked with ASHU, Association of Secondary School Head Teachers. And last week, the Undersecretary at the Ministry of Education endorsed the program. If you go to the Stanbic Bank platforms, you'll be able to see it. But we're still looking for partners. We need partners for prizes. We've talked about solar, water. Okay, I didn't give you details. We have solar for the school, water for the school, scholastic materials for the school. The students get laptops and phones, and the patron teachers get pocket money. So we'd like to call upon as many prize partners as possible. If there's something you can make a contribution to, our schools are looking for computers. We're looking for digital hubs. We're looking to paint the schools. We're looking to reconstruct classrooms. So if you are in that area and there's something you can offer, we invite you to come along. Also, I'll talk about, which prize have I missed? Yes, at the boot camp we have a lot of skilling, financial literacy, personal development, bookkeeping, career development. So if you have a skill, if you are a subject matter expert in those areas, please reach out and let's work together, because at the end of the day, as much as we are influencing 300 individuals, we are influencing even more, because when they go back to their communities, they will impact their person they sit with in class, the people in their dormitory. It is ripple effects.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Teacher Linda, as we're coming to the close of this conversation, you are one that has benefited, one as an individual, two as a school. What is your call to action to those that are yet to apply? What have you benefited, and what would you encourage them as reasons to actually also be part of this championship?
Okay. I want to look at it in the angle of a student benefiting. She talked of the boot camp, okay, and good enough, the boot camp takes everybody. So I'm encouraging, especially my fellow teachers, to encourage these learners not only in class but even outside class, because these learners have more to put on the table than what we expect to get from them in class. So I'm encouraging my fellow teachers to really inspire them to pursue their dreams, especially in this angle, because the championship is a platform for them to start pursuing their dreams. Look at Komoire and Mongoi's journey. That's a big testament. And then also for the learners, I know the #1 person, like she was talking about, we are the ones who do the applying. So it's on the patron. Now it goes down to, first it's the patron, but now the patron is the teacher. Okay. So the teacher has to take the first step and then pull the learners on board. So my emphasis is the teachers should come forward and push the learners.
All right.
Yes.
Stanbic Bank, Diana, your closing remarks, and also it's been 10 years down the road. What are the future 40 years looking like?
We are going to go through the 10 years, and we're going to celebrate it, because when you think about it, it's not a mean feat. The fact that it continued during lockdown, because many programs closed, but it continued. It was online. So there's been a lot of impact. There are stories of personal transformation for the learner, for the teacher. We have quite a number of teachers that have earned promotions because through the Stanbic National Schools Championship, they've added value to their school. We have schools that received water for the first time because of Stanbic National Schools Championship. I attended the closing ceremony of the S1 Selection Committee, and the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Education and Sports, Dr. Kedris, spoke about 3 domains of education. That is the heart, the head, and the hands. They have other technical terms I don't remember. But this program allows for the learner to experience that. Teacher Linda talked about the new curriculum. And the one thing I keep telling teachers and headmasters or head teachers is that what the new curriculum offers in class, the Stanbic National Schools Championship allows the learner to implement it. So it means that they will never fail that paper because they have hands-on experience. At Stanbic, we say Uganda is our home and we drive her growth. And we are very focused on those areas that the National Development Plan highlights: the women, the youth, and farming. This is our way of playing an active role in shaping Uganda's future. Because when you touch the youth, really, you touch the country and the leadership.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so
Yes.
much, Diana and Teacher Linda and Stanbic Bank
welcome.
for your contribution to the national agenda, which is youth empowerment being one of those. And you can always catch up with the championships with our program here on NTV Nation. They always do get to cover that program. But also call to action, you can turn to the website as well as social media platforms of Stanbic Bank and be able to get that form, apply, and make sure that you're part of the next cohort. That brings us to the end of this conversation. However,